This is legitimately one of the biggest reveals in One Piece history, man. I mean, look, it's not the most shocking thing to ever happen in One Piece because it was expected. Like, let's be honest, we all expected this to happen because for a very, very long time, Oda has been hinting and dropping some stuff to lead us to the fact that Blackbeard is actually the son of Rox the Xybic. But this is a legitimate one of the biggest reveals in One Piece history, bro. When this flashback started, I actually thought that this flashback might be short, might not take this long, might not be as powerful when it comes to lore piece. But now that Rox is included in that flashback, bro, this is legitimately gonna probably be one of the best flashbacks to ever exist, bro. Because to include Rox, the craziest thing about this chapter is that the reveal of Rox's face, because I honestly thought that this was gonna happen in the God Valley flashback when we finally like see it in Rox's perspective, or like the real incident of God Valley. But now we get it in this chapter and we get the reveal that Blackbeard is Rox the Xybic's son. I think this leads us back to the fact that when Saturn was talking to Katrina Devon and Van Augur, when Saturn told them about how special Blackbeard is, about his lineage or his bloodline, it all makes sense that Blackbeard is the son of Rox the Xybic. And now since we got in this chapter that Rox was actually in Marijua at the Reverie, this leads us to the fact that Blackbeard is probably following the footsteps of his father or trying to make Hachinoso. Or probably it was like part of the world government, but because Rox did kill a marine, did kill an admiral for a fact, that, alright, hold on. I know some people after this chapter that Rox killed an admiral and stuff are gonna probably downscale the admirals and stuff. Hear me out. Now just think about it for a second. Bro, every organization in One Piece like Ichichibukai and Admirals, Yonko, whatever, it has the strongest and it has the weakest. I'm not saying that Rox killed the weakest admiral or like that admiral was super weak. I'm not saying that, but like think about it for a second. Can you compare the Green Ball to Kuzen or Akaino or Kiza? This is like crazy, right? So do not like get it twisted. It might be like Rox killed an admiral of a Kuzen or like a Akaino level, but this doesn't distract us from the fact that it can be that he killed the guy on a Green Ball level, right? I'm not saying that Rox is weak, bro. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Rox is legitimately one of the strongest characters probably to ever exist in One Piece. Like, with the way Oda's presenting him, he is without a doubt is gonna be like one of the strongest to ever exist, right? And now I really want to know how he died, bro. Like, because Luffy's saying that the world government killed Rox, but I don't buy it. It probably has to do something with Roger and Garp, right? And it probably like Roger just left Rox's body to Garp, and Garp took him to the government or whatever. Like, this is probably the perfect explanation on how they have Rox's body. I think this makes sense, right? Because I don't think Roger like wants to do anything with Rox's body or like what he was planning to do, like to take over the world and stuff. And this is also like connected to the fact that Blackbeard and Luffy with Roger and Rox, they are so connected. Like, Luffy has a similar dream to Roger, and at the same time they want to be the king of the pirates to achieve this dream and to be like the most free person in the world. And Teach with Rox, they want much bigger than this. They want the world, bro. They want to be the king of the world. They want to own the whole world, am I right? So the crazy thing is that God Valley flashback, the incident happened 38 years ago, alright? And Blackbeard was born 40 years ago. So does that have to do with God Valley? Or was he like left in a certain kingdom? Like, was Blackbeard like left there like with what happened with Shanks? Like in a treasure or something? Because we all know now the world government has the Hachinoso treasure, as Blackbeard mentioned. So does this have to do with Shanks and Blackbeard being the in a special bloodline, but at the same time they were abandoned? If that makes sense, because this picture of Blackbeard and his childhood, this definitely means like has to do something with the fact that he did not have the best childhood, right? Especially the fact that Blackbeard did not take his father's name, like he's Marshall D. Teach, not like Rox D. Teach. And it is similar to Ace, and this is something like funny, like when you think about it, Whitebeard is technically the father of Roger's son and Rox's son. This is like crazy, bro. When you think about it, this is legitimately crazy. But at the same time, it all makes sense when you think about it, like Blackbeard being Rox's son, whatever happened in God Valley, like connected to Roger, which is Luffy, and Blackbeard, which is like Rox and stuff. It is insane. Like now when I think about this flashback, I do not want it to end, to be fair. Like this is crazy. Like Oda, keep it going. I don't care if this like goes for 10, 15 chapters. This is gonna be crazy. I genuinely hope that now the flashback is gonna curve into Rox's territory, like Rox's story. I don't think that's gonna happen, because if this is gonna happen, like this is scary to the fact that One Piece is gonna end, bro. So I don't want it to happen to the fact that Rox, like this is flashback is gonna be Rox's and One Piece is gonna end with the final saga. I just want everything with Rox to happen in God Valley flashback or the God Valley incident, and then we're gonna like go back way back to Rox's story. Like make it 20 chapters, I don't care. I want to see everything about Rox, bro. He is legitimately not only one of the strongest characters to ever exist in One Piece, but he is without a doubt that he is one of the greatest characters in One Piece history. And this like upscales Blackbeard so much when you think about it, because he has the same dream as Rox, like his father, without even having the help or the power of his father, because when he was born, he like Rox died when Blackbeard was 2 years old, and he didn't take his father's name and stuff. It is similar to Ace's. So now when you think about it, Teach did everything on his own, and now reaching the point of Teach planning all of this and wanting to be the king of the world, this is insane, bro. Like Blackbeard can be, without a doubt, the final antagonist in the story of One Piece. Like, yeah, it is between Emo and Blackbeard. It's always been that way. But now when you think about it, when you connect like Blackbeard with Rox and stuff, and how Rox was important, it might be like Blackbeard can legitimately be the final antagonist in the story. And my god, this is gonna be insane, bro. What a chapter. I mean, not even the full chapter is released yet. Oh, this is insane, okay? So write in the comments. I don't know what would you write in the comments, but write whatever you want, guys. Thank you for watching. Mwah. I'm so hyped right now.